This is what it's like to stay at the ANA Intercontinental Hotel in Tokyo, Japan. In this video, I'm going to show you around the hotel, show you around the neighborhood the hotel's in, show you around the room. This room, a 2 twin bed room, share with you my pros and cons, and let you know whether you should consider staying here or not. All right, let's go. The ANA Intercontinental Hotel is a big 37-story luxury hotel located in Tokyo's Akasaka neighborhood. There aren't really any big tourist attractions right around the hotel. Probably the biggest touristy thing it's near is Roppongi. It's also quite near the new Team Labs Borderless exhibit, but directly around the hotel, the most notable things around that are actually embassies. Like tons of the embassies in Tokyo are right around the Intercontinental, including the U.S. Embassy just a couple blocks away. The development it's in is called Ark Hills. There's a number of other like office complexes, things like that right around it, including Suntory Hall. If you're looking for some cheap eats outside the hotel, you'll find it in the neighboring office tower. There's a ton of kind of cheap, quick restaurants on the third floor and a convenient supermarket down on the ground level. For transit options, the hotel is kind of like equal distance to two different Tokyo subway stations, Roppongi Ichome and Tamaki Sano Station. It's about a 10-minute walk to either of them. Now, you can enter into the hotel from the first, second, or third floor, but the second floor is where I got dropped off in a taxi, and so that's the way we're going to go in. It's kind of the main entrance. As soon as you come in, I was here for the holidays, so there's a big Christmas tree. There's also the big kind of atrium cafe. This is also where they do breakfast buffet and a dinner buffet, and in the afternoon, they've got piano players. Yes, a really fancy piano player wearing a sequin dress. Now, over to the right of the buffet area is the check-in desks, big check-in area. I only had to wait a couple minutes to check in. Also on the ground floor is a shopping arcade with a few different shops. Notably here, there's kind of a French quick-serve bakery where they have some pretty tasty French cakes and also some more croissantish type pastries. You'll find other random stores around here, including a wine shop and a nail salon. Now, heading down a level to the ground floor, this is where they have a whole bunch of banquet suites and convention facilities and also a rental car company. Heading up to the third floor, this is one floor above the lobby. There's a bunch of different restaurants over here. There's a steakhouse, there's a couple of Japanese restaurants, a Chinese restaurant, the Da Vinci Bar, and a really neat coffee shop that overlooks the atrium lobby. Up on the fourth floor is the hotel's fitness center. It's a pretty neat fitness center. It's bright, open area. It's got windows that look out onto a rooftop garden. And if you didn't bring workout clothes, you can rent them from the hotel, no problem. Not for no charge, but no problem. They do have a swimming pool on the fourth floor, but it was closed for the winter when I was here. Up on the sixth floor, they've got the hotel spa, the Fan Sanctuary, and up on the top two floors, 36 and 37, there's a couple more restaurants and bars, and the Club Intercontinental, the fancy lounge if you've bought into the club rooms on the upper floors. Now that we've seen everything around the hotel, let's check out the inside of one of the rooms. This is room 2010, a 2 twin bedroom on the 20th floor, and so as we come in, there are 2 very nice twin beds here. Nice soft sheets on them. Nice leather headboard illuminated on the side. Interesting pendant lights that come down. There is a old school clock right here on the side with a Bang & Olufsen like Bluetooth speaker back there. There's all these buttons that you can control the lights from just next to the bedside, along with some USB outlets. The air conditioner right here, air conditioning and heat. Looking out this way, we have a neat little sofa along the window right here, which definitely reminds me of the sofa looking out from the Park Hyatt in the movie Lost in Translation. And looking out my window here on the 20th floor, we look out and see all the high-rises and Tokyo Tower right there in the distance. What a wonderful view. Coming back into the hotel, there's a little table here that doubles as a desk. I say that because it's got the power outlets right on the wall that you can plug into. It has USB-A, Type-C, and a regular little normal 120 volt power. We got a nice television on the wall. We've got the drinks, coffee, Nespresso pods if you want some coffee. We've got tea and a neat teapot. What have we got in these drawers down below? We've got lots of glasses. We've got TWG tea. We've got some mini bar items right here. I am sure those liquors aren't free. Down below that, we have a little fridge. What's in the fridge? A mini bar with some Cokes and things like that I'm sure are also very expensive in these little drawers. We've also got more of the mini bar, and in this final drawer we have the tea kettle and the price sheet of how much things in that mini bar cost. All right, opening up inside the closet, we have 2 robes. We have about 8 hangers, slippers, ironing board, iron back there, in-room safe in that drawer. And then coming this way by the door, we've got a little area that you can put your luggage or suitcase or whatever. I've got that stacked up there right now to open later. Down below, we've got laundry bag through laundry, hair dryer, some pajamas right there. Maybe I'll wear those for my hotel review later. The do not disturb sign and makeup rooms are done by these little buttons right here. And then coming into the bathroom, it's a really cool bathroom. So we've got a big mirror up here. We've got a big countertop. We've got one of these cool Toto toilets that you can just like, can we open it with this? Oh, we can't open it with this one though, but it's got all these other things. You gotta open it by hand. All right, low class. Some Japanese hotels, like it opens as you come in, but it's got like the bidet, front, back, you can clean yourself on it, so super fancy. Oh, I wanna point out the Kleenex box is like a bamboo type wood. The soaps are by Rado, a very high-end soap place. But the cool part of the bathroom is also this part right here. In addition to the toilet, the shower, bathtub, which you can like close the whole thing in there. It is a big, deep soaking tub, so you can get like nice and deep up to the neck, and then you can take a shower here. When you're done, we got a rain head and a handheld, so a nice bathroom. Oh, now that we've seen everything around the room, if you watch my hotels regularly, you'll know it's time for the Topher review, where I rate hotels on a scale of 1 to 5 Tophers. And so, Topher, how many Tophers is the ANA Intercontinental Hotel gonna get? It's gonna get what? It's gonna get what? It's gonna get 4.5 Tophers! Alright, so now let's talk about the pros and the cons of why this hotel got 4.5 Tophers. But before I do that, I want to share with you the price, because that obviously goes into the rating. Now, this hotel can range in price drastically depending upon how busy Tokyo is, whether there's a conference here, things like that. I've seen this hotel range from about $200 to $1,000 a night. And so what did I pay? I was definitely more in that $200 category, about $250 a night for the 2 twin bedroom that I had right here. Pretty reasonable, because I was here a bit during the low season. And I booked the room well in advance. So with that being said, let's go on to the pros. The first pro, the room. Everything is nice and fresh and sparkly because they just completed a full makeover of all the room. Everything is nice and sparkly. The hotel itself was built 40 years ago in the 1980s, but the rooms are new. Another pro, I slept very, very well. The air conditioning worked well. Great view out of the room right here, looking out at Tokyo Tower. That is pretty sweet. The breakfast is really good. Breakfast is really expensive, but the breakfast is really good. If you're willing to pay the 4,900 yen for the breakfast buffet, it's really a pretty nice breakfast buffet. Like full on everything under the sun, from cook to order omelets to waffles to pancakes to fruits to melons to sushi. I mean, there's many places where I would say that's ridiculously expensive for a buffet. And I was recently in London where I paid a similar price for the buffet in London. This is a much better value for the same price. Yes, it is kind of highway robbery for breakfast, but at least you are getting a decent amount of value back on this one. If you can find a good rate that includes breakfast, go for it. The staff here was all very pleasant and polite, from the breakfast staff to the check-in staff to the people that would bring me my ice. Leads into a con. No ice machines on the floor. They bring you ice. You have to call. I know that like high-end hotels, they consider that to be a service, but I like it when I can just get ice outside and I don't have to wait for someone to bring it. Luckily, it was just a couple minutes every time I called to actually get the ice. The bathroom in true Japanese style. I love that it has a bathtub and a shower, so whatever you'd like to do, you can go ahead and do in there. And I also like that it's got a rain head and a handheld too. And the room and the hotel overall just feels nice. Like, everything feels good. Everything feels clean. Everything feels well maintained, which are things you're definitely looking for in a high-end luxury hotel. Okay, so what are the cons? Why didn't it get 5 Tophers? Well, the first con is the location. It's it's not great because it's not around much of anything. Like there's not much around here. There's not much to see. There's not much to do. Oh, I did forget to mention, it actually is kind of near, a 10-minute walk from the Hie Shrine, one of Tokyo's most like iconic picture spots. It's got this cool like red torii gate staircase. I've never gone to it because I've never like stayed in this neighborhood, and it's kind of off the beaten path. But since I was just walking distance from it, I went to check that out. But really, here I found myself taking taxis a lot because the subway stations are all like a 10-minute walk, 10-minute walk there, 10-minute walk back. Like it just really adds up. And so if you are staying here, definitely lean into the taxis, but then lean into that as another cost that you have. Maybe you get a good roommate, but now you're going to have to pay more on taxis to get around. Chris, if that's a con, where do you like to stay more? Around Shinjuku, around Tokyo Station, around Shibuya, places where you just like walk right out of hotels and you're in the thick of it. You're like, there's restaurants, there's shops, there's everything, and there's a train station like right there. I find 10-minute walk to the train station to be really on the verge of convenient or not in Tokyo. But I guess maybe a pro could be if you're looking for some place that has a quiet neighborhood around it. This neighborhood's pretty quiet. There's like a lot of residential buildings and things like that. So you can quickly get off the beaten path of Tokyo at this hotel. The other con, since it is an older hotel built in the 1980s, when they refurbished the rooms, they didn't make them bigger, as far as I can tell. I feel like in the newer luxury hotels they build in Tokyo, definitely the rooms are bigger. An example, the Hyatt Centric, built just about 5 years ago in Ginza, right before the Olympics. Ginza, super high rent, super expensive district. The rooms are the base rooms are at least 50% bigger than this one. This room, while a good size, still doesn't have a lot of great places to open your luggage. Like you open one suitcase and you almost feel like you've run out of room to open any more other suitcases. So I would love a little extra room. I'd also love a little extra room in the bathroom. I mean, they've done what they could in there, but I've been in some other hotels, Hyatt Centric, one of them, which just is much, much roomier. Now, yes, you can definitely get roomier rooms here. You get those club intercontinental rooms on the upper floors, and the rooms get bigger. So if you are looking for more space, I guess that's an option. But the real question is, would we stay here again, and should you stay here? And to answer that, I would say, well, it depends how much it costs. If it's in the $200 to $300 price range, yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable. And while it's off the beaten path of central Tokyo, it's still relatively central. The good news is you can take taxis from here. There are a lot of taxis that wait around this hotel because they know people are kind of trapped. And so you can get most places in Tokyo within a 15 or 20 minute taxi ride. So it's better than if you're staying like way, way far away in the Tokyo Bay hotels near Tokyo Disney. Like you're just really on the edge of it all if you're over there. So if the price is right and you don't mind taxiing around quite a bit or walking a bit of a long way to the subway station, then absolutely go for it. But if you want to check out my review of the Hyatt Centric Ginza that has a better location and bigger rooms, you can check that out right here. Well, fellow explorers, as usual, we won't say goodbye because we'll see you in the next video, maybe our whole Japan series or our Tokyo travel guide right over here.